Hello, Mason here. Today we're going to be making one of my favorite dishes, which is broccoli cheese stuffed chicken. And of course, we'll use my spice blend when we make it. Quick to make, easy to make, and sounds fancy. The ingredients I have selected for this recipe include 1 teaspoon of basil, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1/2 cup of cheese, I don't know what this is, 2 cups of broccoli, 2 chicken breasts. To begin the process, we'll get a pan on the stovetop. We'll crank our heat up to medium, and then we're going to add our broccoli. I'm using frozen broccoli for this, so it kind of makes sense to cook it down a little bit. If you got fresh broccoli, you won't have to cook it as long. And of course, you probably want to drizzle a little bit of oil on there to help it along. So our goal in this stage is to soften up the broccoli so that it's not super hard. It will soften up more when you bake it, but the time it takes to cook the chicken and the time it takes to cook broccoli are quite a bit different. So cooking it for a little bit definitely helps the process. It also makes it easier to prepare your spices. Now we're just going to dump all those in here and mix it around. Now if you have used fresh broccoli, there might not be as much water in the pot, so you might need to add a little bit because it's kind of hard to mix dry spices into physical objects with not a lubricating body to transfer the spiciness. So a little bit of water, a little bit of oil, whatever, as long as you have something to allow the spices to disperse. So you don't bite into a piece of broccoli and just get crushed with a bite of cayenne pepper or something. So just kind of mix it around. If it's a little bit too dry, just add a little bit more moisture. But you really don't want it super wet, so go easy on it and just take your time. That's why we have it on a low temperature to begin with, is we want to be nice and delicate with our broccoli. While we wait for that, let's get our cheese ready. So we're gonna just peel off some of the waxy bit and cut ourselves a nice thick slice and slice it one direction and then slice it the other. Okay, we're making real progress now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our broccoli, dump it out on the cutting board here, and then we're just going to give it a quick slice. We want it nice, smaller pieces so it's easier for consumption. But at the same time, we don't want to go too small. But once we have that ready, it's time to move on to doing some chicken work. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut our chicken in half. The long way, the difficult way. So find the nicest side you can to cut into, and put your hand on top and just slowly work your way across. And then this is what's called butterflying the chicken. And once you have your nice butterfly, then we can move on to adding our broccoli mixture and our cheese. Now I thought this was in camera focus, but it wasn't. But anyway, I ended up using all the broccoli and cheese, so I had the perfect amount, which was good. And it's just a matter of kind of working it in. And this is why it's important too to cut up your broccoli, because if it's too big, you won't be able to close it once you're done. And it's just a matter of rolling it over and pushing down, and it will kind of hold its shape. And now that we're done with that, we'll get a pan ready, and we're going to bake these things. Now you can also fry them, or you can do what some people do, which is you bake them for most of the way and then you fry them afterwards. That way you get nice color on the outside, and after you bake them they hold together a lot better than they do otherwise. But before we do that, I'm going to season these before I put them in the oven. Now I'm just going to go real easy on the seasoning because there's so much flavor in the center of these. So I'm just going to do light salt and pepper. Now you can also go all out and do like a rub on these things as well, or even bread them if you wanted to. That might be a little bit tricky to do though. And then we can throw these right in the oven. Now I'm just going to cook these at 425 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes till they're nice and done. Then once they're done cooking, you'll have a nice bubbly, fancy looking chicken on a pan, and then you can get your lifter out and it's ready to serve and you're good to go. I like eating them while they're hot because the cheese is still all melted and it's just fabulous. So let me know in the comments below how you make your stuffed chicken, whether you use broccoli like I do. And if you like my content and would like to see more of it, please like and subscribe. And until next time, stay awesome.